Lucky Boys Podcast.
I wanted to make sure that people recognize that we're not here for a day to chant rhymes and we're here to support the community. We wanted to help the community that was affected by the COVID, but also bring awareness to non-Asians. But we also wanted to, for our fellow Asians, we wanted to bring us together.
There was a lot of other people of color there.
A lot of other, yeah.
They made up a good percentage of that 10,000.
It was a blessing to see other people of color there to support us, as well as our Caucasian allies as well.
Yes.
You know, it was fantastic to see that much diversity in one setting, fighting for the same causes. Now, if you just attended like you guys did and you saw it, you saw how many people were there. It was fantastic. It was great. What you guys didn't see was the amount of stress that went into it. And God bless Jack, because he was the one that literally, he worked his hands to the bone to make this event happen. And
he's the one that spearheaded this whole thing.
He spearheaded the entire thing. And anyone that says any different, I'll straight up say is a liar. Anyone else that was involved was in fact co-organizers, as like I was myself. But anyone else that tries to take credit for anything more than that is a straight up liar. Mm-hmm. Jack Liang was pretty much responsible for the entire event.
I thought that other people were the ones that spearheaded this.
It's unfortunate, and it's unfortunate because you were saying why I'm doing this part-time as opposed to full-time is because I can admit that I got a little jaded. Jack and I, after that first successful event, we hosted another event in Times Square. We completely shut down Times Square. Is
that the one Rihanna popped up in?
Yep, that's the one Rihanna came to. And Rihanna came to our event unknowingly. Of course, she was wearing a mask and everything, but like we found out after the fact. But it was intense. As in myself and Jack, who pretty much spearheaded the Times Square one as well. We found that there were a lot of people who were in it for performative reasons. They were not in it because they truly felt that they were helping the community. They felt like it was, if to us, or let me speak on behalf of myself. It felt like a lot of people, especially these names that you've been hearing that were not Jack Liang, were doing it as an opportunity to gain clout and to gain influence. And it was just not, it just didn't feel authentic. And the fact that people have to show it off and talk about, why does it have to matter that people have to know that you did it? You were surprised that Jack was the one who spearheaded the entire thing because he doesn't care about his name being all over the papers. He doesn't care about taking credit. I mean, but of course, when you hear about other people taking the credit for the hard work that you did, then of course it's upsetting. It's upsetting. And and I too was upset, and I too gained some media exposure in my home country of Indonesia. But I always gave credit where credit is due. But yeah, I mean, he is.
So that's why you took a step back, because
I took a step back also because
those points of frustration.
The points of frustration, and because it's almost the amount of stress to put on these events as well. I speak on behalf of myself. Like I didn't take the brunt of a lot. No, let me phrase that actually. I actually got attacked a lot on social media from various members of both our community and outside, purely because I had more Instagram followers, or because I was verified, and people used me to voice. They would say that I was not inclusive, and they wouldn't say it in a very polite way. They would say it like, I had the best intentions of doing what I did, but and I'm not going to be able to please everyone. I try my best to include everyone, and no matter how hard you try, you will upset certain people, and people try to use my platform as a way to attack me. And it was a feeling I didn't personally like, and also I had came to the realization that while I feel like I was doing important things for the community, like I'm telling you, I was getting harassed. I was getting comments. I was getting DMs.
Any death threats?
Not death. I mean, not that I've read, because there were some messages that I just didn't read. But it was. I'm like, wait a minute. At the end of the day,
Eric, why? Did they disagree with how you were doing something, or did they think that you were doing it because you had another agenda?
I don't think it was that. I think it was just. I think, to be honest, I think it was some people didn't feel that certain subgroups were represented properly, and that was not the intent. Our intent was to bring to light situations to build and rally the community, to just have a day or have days where we can just come together as a community and believe in something and get our message across and unite other people of colors and white allies, Caucasian allies. There was no intent. Our intent was just to bring together a hurt community. That was it.
So what was their gripe with you?
Their gripe with me was, well, with the organizers generally, or some of it was like, oh, it's not inclusive enough, or like I believe like
to other Asians,
to certain for example, one of them I believe said there wasn't enough LGBTQ representation, despite the fact that we had a couple representing, and some of it was politically fueled. Like, for example, we had Andrew Yang come up on stage, and he, whether you support him or not, he's a politician. You're either going to love him or you're going to hate him. And because we did bring him on stage, that is kind of like that's like, I guess, an endorsement of.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
And at the time he was running.
He was running for mayor
right.
in New York City for that.
So, but when you have a Chuck Schumer, or when you have someone of political influence like that who wants to speak to a hurt community, we're going to give him that platform if we believe that he's going to help the situation, right? But not everybody agrees politically, which is their right. I just didn't think I just didn't think that attacking the guy with the most Instagram followers is going to make any difference. But it definitely made me like I'm a little, like, I don't know if I can constantly, if at the time my mindset was just like, okay, I need to take a step back, but even though we stopped being at the forefront of the rallies and stuff like that, I was still attending other, particularly Black Lives Matter rallies, right? So I never stopped being an activist. I just stopped
being the forefront.
I don't want to say, because I want to give as much credit as I can to my best friend Jack, because he is the freaking man when it came to it. But yeah, I think it was just a lot of
pressure.
Not pressure. It was just a lot of. You're dealing with a lot of people, a lot of egos, and a lot of hidden agendas, And when something's not clear to me, and I don't know people's motivations or whatever, it's just an unnecessary stress. And I want to keep my hair black. I don't want to get white. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to lose hair.
Or gray.
But yeah, I mean, I still attend rallies when and where I see them. I'm still very, very closely linked with a lot of other Stop Asian Hate figures. It's just, I've taken a step back.
The role has changed.
My role, and I will still passionately speak about it when I feel it's appropriate, but I don't jam it down anyone's throat. So it's my biggest concern is that I wrote a post not too long ago where I did a job for someone, and they called me Viet Cong as they were giving me the check.
Oh my God.
Payment, right? And as I was educating him that I was Indonesian, and in fact it was 2 different countries, and why it was inappropriate to call me that, I wrote that on my Instagram, and I also said, hey, Stop Asian Hate isn't in my opinion, this is my opinion, that Stop Asian Hate shouldn't just be that one thing, that one rally you went to that one time. It shouldn't be a fad. You know, it should be a real thing. And despite the fact that I don't post about it as much, and you know, I still occasionally post it, you know, just so people don't forget, hey, we are still facing some level of persecution, some level of discrimination, you know, but like, it is a little sad to see, like, it's not as, you know, because I still see stuff on the news. Asian lady gets attacked. Asian family gets attacked.
Well, recently, an Asian woman just got punched in the head for no reason.
Yeah.
And they're searching for that lady because she actually said, they said this
Said
classifies as
something.
a hate crime because she did say racist things before she punched her.
You know, I wish there were more actions that could be taken. I wish for less performative activism and more actionable things to be done. You know,
Why do you think there's performative activism? Is it just to get their social media numbers up?
that is definitely, in my opinion, that is definitely one of them. I do believe that is a very big reason, is because people want social clout. I believe that people want to.
But do you think people see through it? Like
Certain individuals, yeah. You know, I've made it clear to a lot of people that I work with, that I've collaborated with. Yes, I want to assist, but first and foremost, I'm an entertainer. I am an entertainer. I am a television host, like that. You know, that I want to use my platform to help as best I can, and I will say the things I need to say, and I will do the things that I need to do to help assist. But there's only a certain level that I'm willing to, you know, personally do. I need to focus on my career, you know, and I apologize if that sounds insensitive or anything, but that doesn't mean I'm completely taking myself outside of it. I'm still supporting when and where I can in my own personal capacity.
Lucky Boys Podcast.